Welcome to your breath. Welcome to this moment. Settling into your body right now. Noticing what's here. Noticing that everything you say is either yes or no. I said yes to tax hell because I choose my job. I choose to do what I do, and I love it. So I get to justify my expenditures to the IRS. I mean, that's a minor thing, and yes to speaking up, no to being silent. One is not good or the other, but what are the needs being met by my choices? I like the sort of the neutralness of it. Some people have issues with the word love, and I don't. So I want to acknowledge everybody has a different experience. And for me, I'm saying, and this is very vulnerable for me to say, everything I'm saying is either love me or I love you. You just check in with me sometime. What are you saying, Barbara? I and this is really about tracking that. What am I saying yes to? What am I saying no to? And it's an internal process. There is an external process. It's called hearing the yes in the no. But the internal process is, what am I choosing? What am I choosing for work? What are the words that I'm choosing? What are the people? Who are the people I'm choosing to be with? I chose. I choose. If you're in my world, I chose you. You can guarantee it. And I do have to make, choices to love myself. Somebody asked me for empathy the other day, and it's like, I am so afraid that I'm going to prioritize your needs over mine and not do my taxes. I mean, it was something as simple as that. And I was saying, I love myself so much that I'm going to say no to giving you empathy. It was that simple because I'm afraid that I'm going to put your needs above mine right now, and I can't do that. I don't know if this makes sense to you. I'm staying with the internal version of everything everybody says is either a yes or no. So that applies to me when I'm giving myself empathy. That's called self-empathy. There's not a big emphasis in it in Marshall's book, I gotta say. And empathy for other people. And we focus on what we need to. And if I focus on a lot of self-empathy. What am I saying yes to? What am I saying no to? Who do I want to love me? And do I want to express to them how much I love them? And it actually, when I express how much I love them, I realize needs met are a really good way to do that, because if I don't say the needs met, then people think that they have trouble. Like, so what is it specifically? But that's a whole nother subject, expressing gratitude. But internally, What's the best way of expressing to others that I love you? Is listening to them, empathy. What's the best way of saying I love me to me is I love me so much. I am tracking my needs right now. And I'm saying no because I love me, not because I don't love you. That was really, really important for me to clarify to my friend. And she got it. She really got it. It was like, oh yeah, okay. That makes I know what that feels like, you know? And not everybody does. And it's like, how could you possibly forsake yourself? Wow, good for you. But that's my issue. And I'm aware of it and I'm going to own it. I don't want to blame other people for me not speaking up. I want to be aware of my needs when I do speak up. Not just to hear my voice or to be heard, but there's a specific need that I want known. Why am I speaking? And then, back to self-empathy. If I don't know the need of why I'm speaking, then it's, it's not gonna come off. If I don't know the needs, how do I expect them to know the needs? So you don't, I mean, now I'm getting into relationships with other people, and I want to come back to me. Can I track what I'm choosing? Can I notice internal conflicts when I choose one thing or the other? It could be as simple as your day. What am I choosing to do with my day and why? You don't have to, you know, get into profound, you don't have to get into like stuff that you're uncomfortable dealing with. You can keep it very, very simple. And notice if there's a conflict, if there's another part of you saying, well, of course I have to work. I need to live. It's like, okay. Okay, I'm letting that sink into me, into my process. Because a lot of thoughts came up with that. And I don't need to express them right now because it's an internal process. So, welcome to your world. And the most important thing I have to express right now is make sure you're resourced if you choose to prioritize listening to somebody else. Because if I'm not resourced, if I don't know that the choices I make are based on my needs, how could I listen to somebody else? And that's it. I mean, it sounds really simple, and it is really simple for me. And I don't have to stop and be fully resourced before I say that to somebody. I'm scared that right now that I'm going to prioritize you over my needs. It's as simple as that. If they know you well enough. Or I said to my partner, this is so funny, I saw it go in, I'm having a different experience in you right now. And all of a sudden you could see a light went on. I'm laughing if you know my partner. It was just so adorable. And a lot of people, at times that people don't realize that. They don't know that everybody in the world's not having the same experience they are. It's profound. So Stay with yourself. Explore this. I mean, just initially at first, with a fight that you're having inside yourself. I have to work. I've done a lot of work on that. It really drives my paying taxes, and I don't pay very much taxes because I barely break even. Um, but there's still a lot of documentation in that, and justifying it to my accountant why I need to keep on doing this, even though I'm only, are you sure you don't want to change your nonprofit? No, this is important to me. And from this part, can we look at ourselves and why is this important to you? Are you sure this is the contribution that people want? I don't know until I check in with myself, or I check in with them if I'm empathizing. Um, so, so be able to track that. Am I listening to my own needs, or am I listening to somebody else's needs? Um, am I saying no to myself because I'm prioritizing somebody else? It's really profound for me, and I hope it is for you. I'm curious if something's not clear, even on YouTube. I go back and say, oh, if that's not clear, I'll make a YouTube video on that. I'll redo it and talk to about that. Thank you so much.